All right, YouTube, how's it going? My name is Shane Harder, and this morning I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a question I get asked all the time, which is what gear should I get? Now, I know there's 1,000 photography blogs, video blogs, whatever, about this exact subject, but what I'm talking about specifically is a generic set of equipment that just about anyone should own, be it, you're a commercial videographer, you're a wedding photographer, etc., etc. You can name anything. This is a basic kit that you should have that'll serve many purposes, and yeah, it should fit just about any budget. I've written a bunch of notes here, so I'm going to be referencing this. So I'm going to start out with photography. My next video will be geared towards video. For photography, highly recommend you go full frame. So on the budget end, that means a Nikon D610 or a Canon 6D. Those are your most budget-friendly full-frame cameras. Full-frame look is just better. If you want the best looking image, just go with that. It just looks better. Also, you get a much better low-light performance. So go that route. Then on to lenses. What should you get for lenses? Highly recommend the Sigma 50mm art lens. Fantastic lens, beats the pants off anything Canon or Nikon has right now, and it's available in both Canon and Nikon mounts. So go pick that one up. Incredible value, bang for your buck. The next one would be something in the 16 to 35 or 14 to 24 millimeter range. A Nikon, their 14 to 24 millimeter is very expensive, so maybe that should be one you get a little bit later on, but something in that ultra wide range. Nikon also has a 16 to 35 that's pretty good, so something in there would be really good. A 24 to 70 obviously essential, or there's also 24-105. Something in that range would be really critical to have. Again, try to go best bang for your buck. On Canon's end, you get quite a bit of value as far as image quality goes with that 24 to 70 IS lens. It's a fairly new lens that they've released. A lot of people shoot with the 24 to 105 IS. If the wider aperture is most important, you're going to get your best results with the Canon 24 to 70 f2.8 that one's quite expensive, but it's the best one to get. Nikon also has similar, equivalent lenses throughout their range for the most part, except for I don't think they have a 24 to 70 f4 IS, but they've got quite a few to choose from. It's hard to go wrong. Next would be something in the 70 to 200 range. The 70 to 200 2.8 IS lens from either Canon or Nikon is just a gold standard lens. Get it. The second version of the lens for Canon is far superior in both image quality and IS performance. So if you can spring for the extra cash, go that route. Otherwise, pick up a used version of the first one. So there's that. Other lenses down the road you should take a look at would be a macro lens. So I personally own the 100 Macro L from Canon. That one's fantastic. One of the sharpest lenses I own. Actually, it probably is the #1 sharpest lens that I own. Nikon also has a 105 millimeter macro lens that's absolutely fantastic. Take a look at one of those. The next down the line should be like a fisheye or a tilt shift. These are all specialty lenses, but give a really unique and very fun, engaging look. So take a look at those as far as lenses go. As far as lights go, your best bet is to go with this really cool set of Speedlights that I picked up. They're made by Yongnuo. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I got the I think it's a 560 or 580 Mark III version, and those ones are the ones that have they have basically the same light output as the Canon 600 RT, but and they also have the radio receivers built into the flash head, just like the 600 RT. The biggest difference between those two flash heads, those Speedlights, is the obviously the price, huge difference there. The Yongnuo versions are like 80 bucks. And then also the fact that the Yongnuo version does not support TTL while the Canon does. So if you need TTL, spend the extra cash to get the Canon version. If you're okay with dialing in your exposure manually, go with the Yongnuos. Those also have a transmitter that allows you to dial up and down the flash output on each individual light in 6 different groups if you like. It's a lot easier to use manual exposure for flashes than people think. A lot of people are afraid of it. They just want to use TTL, and that's fine. But think of it as a dimmer for a light switch. It's really not that complicated. So I love that set. They've been more reliable than a Pocket Wizard transmission set in my experience. And yeah, their flash output is great. The color, the light quality is great. I just really can't say enough about them. I like using cheap lights because my lights get blown over in the wind a lot because I used to live in Hawaii, and it's so windy there all the time, and so they get blown over all the time, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on lights that just get blown over and broken. So take a look at those. I'll put the item description and links the description and links to where you can pick those up in the description below. And then if you want to go with something more powerful, a lot of people, myself included, really like the Alien Bees lights. The reason I like those is because they're inexpensive. They're pretty well built, a little fragile in some places, but they also have great light modifiers that are also very inexpensive. So take a look at those. I personally picked up a AB1600, which is one of their more powerful lights, and with that one I've actually been able to overpower the sun in the middle of the day in Hawaii. So it's a very bright light. It gives you a lot of flexibility to do kind of whatever you want, which is really fun. Yeah, I guess all the rest of the stuff is just for video stuff, so I'll talk about that in the next video, and enjoy.